How's it going, everybody? Brian Trippe here in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm with
Michael
Michael
Gentry.
Gentry. We're going to show you how to skip trace some stuff real quick. So we just went out and got a bunch of addresses, and now we're going to go to the Jefferson County Citizens Access Portal. Let me start from scratch here. I just type into Google because I need to save it, bookmark it. But this is a new computer, so I don't have it bookmarked yet. But I'm just going to type into Google Jefferson County Citizens Access Portal. Hit enter. It's going to be the first thing that pops up. You're going to click on it. You're going to click on Property Tax tab right here. And you're going to search by address. Okay. And so the first address we have is
724 Janine Court.
So I'm just going to search it like that. Okay, so nothing came up. So it's going to be something with us. It's going to be something weird with us. I may have to spell out court. I may have to, I don't know, 724 Janine, Jeanine. Sometimes they want it in all caps, and it's still not coming up. That's really odd. Janine. This is the worst example ever. Are we sure we got the number right? Well, no, I want to go back to this because this is a good teaching tool. Remember when I told you earlier, are we sure we got that number right? It may be two less or two more. We may have.
That's right.
Let's just try 722. Let's just try 726. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, it would be a 00 or a 01. The next thing I'll do, I want to type it into Google just to make sure we might have messed something up. Janine Court, Birmingham, Alabama. Oh, see, there's two N's. Okay. See, it's something that simple. I had one N in there. Janine. Whoops, 724. I'm going to keep this in the video, and it still didn't pop up.
I think the
two N's were in the front. See? Ta-da! We got something.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm going to keep that in the video just to show you don't give up. If something doesn't pop up, it's probably you. It's probably not them. So the first thing I noticed when I looked this up, right away, it's an LLC, which means it is a company owns it, and it is non-owner occupied. The owner's address is Vestavia. I'm going to teach you a cool trick here too, what I like to do. So there's two addresses associated with every property. There's the address, or I'm sorry, there's the location of the property, and then there's the address is the property address of the owner, or the mailing address of the owner. Sales info, it says he bought this property for nothing, for zero. So that means it was either inherited or it could be in it could have been an inter-family transfer.
Okay.
It could have been someone already owned it and they went ahead and put it in an LLC. So it really didn't change ownership from the standpoint of an individual. But I'm going to show you who owns this property. Check this out. Next thing I'm going to do, well, the first thing I'm going to do, let's get a piece of paper. Hang on, I'll be right back. So what you really need to do is start an Excel spreadsheet. And just keep it in an Excel spreadsheet instead of having a paper copy, because paper ends up going everywhere, you end up losing it. So I want to write down the owner is LLC. That's interesting. And the mailing address. So there's the property address and then the mailing address.
Okay.
So owner. So I'm going to do a spreadsheet. Owner, property address, mailing address. Property address is 724 Janine Court. And the mailing, and make sure you put the zip 35235. And then the owner's address is 500 Southland Drive, Suite 212. And that's Vestavia. So the next thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to highlight this right here. Actually, I'm just going to go there. Because what you may have, you got two different things that you're trying to do here. Yes, we're trying to locate the owner, and we're trying to potentially make an offer on this house and potentially buy this house or wholesale this house, flip this house, whatever you're going to do. Yes, but you also may have a buyer. You may have found yourself a buyer to add to your buyers list. So I copied this address. I'm going to hit property tax again. I'm going to search by name, and I'm going to search. I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm still searching by address. I am going to go back and search by name. I'm going to search LLC here in a second. I'm going to search by address first. Now look at all these properties this guy has. Wow. So boom, and it's Rudy James. So Rudy James, if you don't know, is a prominent property owner in Birmingham.
Okay.
He owns a lot of property here, mostly in the Wylam and Fairfield areas. And he comes to AIA, which is the Alabama Investors Association. It's where I first met him. Most people, if you're in the investors business and you've been there, you know who this guy is. And so it's Rudy James. And I know that he is actively looking to sell off his portfolio. And so we know that we found this name right here, Rudy James. But it could be a couple of different things because there's LLC, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's also New South Developers. There's BB LLC, M1 LLC, National Home Builders Incorporated are all using this exact same address. So it could be where all of this is owned by Rudy James and his companies. Something that I do, and it may be a second situation where if you look up the property address for my office, 9539 Parkway East, if you put that in the tax portal, you're going to see a ton of properties come up, and I don't own all those properties. That's what's really interesting here is I give my address to other people and let the tax notices and let everything come to me. It gives them some anonymity. So people don't know who the actual owner is, and they pay me a small fee, hardly nothing actually, just to be able to collect their mail, just so they have some anonymity, so it doesn't come to their personal residence. Even a PO box can be a little. You can find out who owns a PO box. It's starting to get a little warm in here finally. You might have been wondering. We definitely weren't sitting outside. It's freezing cold in my office. Just now got here and turned the heat on. Okay, so we found Rudy James. I can personally call Rudy James up and see if he wants to sell this house. I can probably find out what's actually going on, who the actual owner is, just because I know him. I'm not good friends with him, but I know who he is, and he knows who I am. So this is just showing you that this address right here, 500 Southland Drive, Suite 212, they probably get tons of mail.
Yeah.
Because they've got 10 properties in here. They're probably getting tons of mail. So if you send them a piece of mail that says, "We buy houses," what's going to differentiate you between all the other stacks of postcards? And you know what they do with those? I guarantee you they throw them right in the garbage. They don't even look at them. So how are you going to differentiate yourself? You could do it one of two ways. You could go there, knock on the door. It's a business, so you can knock on the door and say, "Hey," you introduce yourself. You may have found yourself a buyer. You may have found yourself some, "Hey, I'm looking to actually buy some stuff for myself." Try to actually get a property. So that's the first one we did, and I don't want to say we hit a home run because we didn't make money, but we got some really good information here, and that you can rabbit trail this stuff like crazy. You can do some stuff like this, highlight this, and search. You can search by all these different people's names, and now there's nothing new. I didn't get anything new there. I'm looking for new. If you're wondering, I'm looking for a new address. I've got 500 Southland Drive. I'm looking for a new address. What was the other one? BB LLC. I'm looking to see if another address pops up. Oh, this is 500 Southland Drive. Oh, here we go. Found another address. See what I'm saying here? The owner of BB LLC probably lives, his personal residence is probably 440 Truesdale Street in Vestavia. Dang it. So now, you see how I'm just going down this rabbit trail? And I'm writing all this stuff down, by the way.
Yeah.
You need to be writing all this down. And I searched by name, not address. Only one came up. What I was actually looking for there was to see if more than one would pop up. And I'm actually looking for a name, not BBLLC. And here's another thing you can do is you can go to Google and type in BBLLC Secretary of State, Alabama, Business Entity Records. Entity name, I'm going to search by entity name. I'm going to search by BBLLC. I want all records. I want to search this and see what I find. There's a bunch of, okay, it's going to be this one in Birmingham. There's a few. You see how they're different? One says B.B. space LLC. One says BB and they're together LLC. And it's L.L.C. This one's BB just LLC, not dot. So that's why this one's in Birmingham. And I want to click on this one because it's in Birmingham. That's going to be my first shot. Rudy James is the owner.
Nice. It's a perfect little circle.
So yeah, I don't need to say anything. Hopefully you get it. You understand what I just did there, and you found a buyer. You found multiple properties. I personally know that Rudy James is looking to sell off his portfolio.
Okay.
He has a brokerage though, so he could be selling it through his. It may be listed. I don't think it is, but it could be.
Yeah.
So the next step you're going to do is you're going to actually you can write him a letter. I don't think I would. You're going to have the best success writing a handwritten letter to Mr. Rudy James at 500 Southland Drive in Vestavia. That's what you're going to have the best chance at getting it open. But I'd try to meet with him personally. I know that he goes to AIA, the Alabama Investors Association, which is the fourth Monday night of every month. Which, is that tonight? Wouldn't that be like a complete circle if it was tonight? Because it's not going to be the day after Christmas.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't.
I don't know. Go to the AIA website and see when the next meeting is, and he'll probably be there. He may not be. He doesn't go to every single one of them, but he'll probably be there. You can meet with him face to face there. Ask him, hey, I know you still got a couple properties that you own that you're looking to sell off. Would you be interested in selling? I drove by Janine Court. It looked like it was vacant. We might be interested in buying it.
Where are those meetings at?
There, it's at the Homewood Senior Center. And you can type in, I think it's aiaclub.com or .org. Club.com. There it is right there. So let's pull up the calendar for December. Nothing, it doesn't say anything. Here we go. Saturday, December 10th. That's training. Did you see it up here? You can call Jack. Jack's the president.
Okay.
And call him, ask him when the next meeting is. If you're not a member, look, I know we have our own RIA. I'm sitting here plugging Jack's RIA. I don't. That's another thing is that.
The more you know, the better.
Yeah, it's not a competition. You know, having another. I only started another RIA because we're doing something a little bit different than what he's doing. And I'm not trying to change him and what he's doing. He's got a great thing going. We're trying to add value to the city of Birmingham and trying to add value to the state of Alabama with another meeting that does something just a little bit different. And so it's not about competition. I go to everything. I've been a member of AIA since 2012, since I first started in real estate. Excuse me. I recommend you go to AIA and talk to Jack and get to know people. It's all about networking. The book I got coming out in January, here in about 3 or 4 weeks, the very first chapter is network. The very first chapter in the book is network. You've got to network. And the only way to network, the best way to network, is to go to all the meetings. Go to all of them. Yeah. And so, anyway, I'm not going to keep this video going. We only did one address, but it's just to kind of show you how to get started. And it was actually a really good example because I messed up in the beginning. And hopefully you saw just to keep going, keep pushing through, even when you mess up, because it's probably your fault, and you need to try to figure out how you messed up and to fix it. And then B, we found the property we found, it was vacant and it was not owner occupied, but it was also owned by someone we know, or we know how to get a hold of, and we can talk to them face to face, not have to send a letter and hope. So hopefully you got some good information, and we'll see you next time.